Hello, seventh grade. So this project is designed to replace the score that you got on the LP14 project. So if you did not do that, you can do this to make up that project. If you did do it and you were not happy with your grade or you would like to get a better grade, this will also replace that score. All right. So that is what this is for. If you did a great job on that project, but you're looking for a little extra credit or you want the extra practice, feel free to complete this as well. So this is the Adulting 101 project. This project is designed to teach you some of the basics and get you to start thinking about what it's going to be like when you are independent and on your own in this great, big, beautiful world we have. Okay. So there are 6 different jobs that you can choose depending on what your interests are, right? So if you just want to graduate from high school, get that diploma and go start working. There's a couple of jobs here that you could do with a couple of pay scales as well. The cool thing about being, just being the high school graduate is there are no student loans to pay off. If you decide to do a 2-year technical or associate's degree, which is like something you would earn at Fresno City College, there are again a couple of job choices there with the reminder that you will be paying 5% on your student loans. If you go the 4-year bachelor's degree route, which would be like going to Fresno State, there's a couple of job options there for you as well with their pay. Notice that would be 10% towards your student loans. So the more you go to school, the more your loans are going to cost you. But, you may also see an increase in pay there depending on, different factors. So choose one of these 6 jobs and note how much money you will make each year. The bottom 2 tables, we have this little tax rate and income bracket table. This is going to help you figure out your tax expenses on your paychecks. So in this first box, you want to figure out your monthly wages. These are your annual wages. So this would be how much money you make per year. You will need to figure out how much money you would make each month. Then you are going to figure out the amount of bills that you will be paying based on the percentages. So you're going to have to pay federal and state taxes, which you're going to use the rates in this table. You are going to have to pay payroll taxes, which will be 7.65% of your monthly pay. So you're going to have to take your monthly wages and figure out what 7.65% of that is. You want to put at least 6% away into savings. It's always good to make sure that you're saving for any emergencies or anything like that. So you're going to put 6% of your paycheck away into savings. And then if you have a student loan payment from above, so say you decided to become a nurse, you have 10% of your student loan payment. You want to figure out how much you are paying in student loans. Once you have figured out all of your loan payments, your taxes, all of that jazz, you want to add it all up and figure out the total here. Okay, so that is page 1. Choose your job and then figure out how much money you would be able to bring home, how much money you're going to be paying in different types of taxes, as well as figuring out, savings in your student loans. Okay, page 2 has us picking out a car. So you got to deal with making a car payment each month. Now, you're going to have a car to drive around. Fresno is not set up in a super great way for people to bike or to walk. So you have to choose a car. In these first 2 boxes, you're going to write down which car you're choosing. So the 2014 Honda Civic, the 2016 Ford Focus, or the 2012 Jeep Wrangler. And you're going to write down the price of that. So $9,995, $12,999, $10,499. Any of those prices, depending on which car you pick, you're going to place into the box. You want to figure out how much you pay on your car loan, which is 5% of the car value. So say I bought the 2016 Ford Focus. 5% of that $12,999 is going to my car loan payment. You need to write down what your car insurance is, figure out your total monthly car expenses, and then figure out the total annual car expenses. Okay, so if you pay for the month, and then you want to figure out how much that's going to cost you for the whole year. Step 3, you're going to be figuring out monthly budgeted expenses. So the first one, you have to pay rent. If you want to live with roommates, you can choose to have a 1-bedroom apartment or you can choose to rent a 2-bedroom house. Up to you based on your budget. Okay, utilities, that second row, you have to pay all of these. You don't get to skip one. Okay, you got to pay them all. Food, as far as how you plan to feed yourself, you can either eat at home all the time, you can eat out 2 times each week, or you can eat out 1 time per day. For fun, for entertainment, you can pick as many of these bottom choices as you want. So if you want a dish TV and Netflix and the internet and a movie theater pass and a cell phone, you can get as many of those as you want. Okay. You want to figure out how much you will be paying in total monthly expenses. So once you figured out everything that you're paying here, that gets written down at the bottom. The last page asks us, well, can we afford all of these choices? Can you afford your lifestyle choices? So you're going to write down here again, what was your monthly wages? You're going to write down the total that you pay in taxes and loan payments. So both of those came from page 1. You're going to write down the total amount of car payments and the total amount of monthly expenses. Those both came from page 2. And then you want to figure out how much money will I have left over at the end of this? Okay. So once you've figured that out, if you have a positive amount of money left over, that means, yes, I made enough money to pay for everything. If you have extra money, you made more than enough. If you have a negative number, if you do all that subtracting and you get a negative here, then you're going to say, no, I did not make enough money for the month. Okay. If you say no, go back through your choices and find ways that you can adjust your budget so that you can afford to live. And you want to write down what changes you would make there. So say you find out, no, I don't make enough money, but I could get a cheaper car, or I could live with roommates, or maybe I don't need a cell phone and the internet and Dish and Comcast and this and that and the other, right? So you want to make choices that would help you live within your means. The very last question here says, congratulations, you just completed the first year at your job and your boss offers you a 3.75% raise. How much money will you be earning each month after you get that raise? Okay, so this is your makeup project. This will once again replace the score of the LP14 project, How Do Taxes Work? I hope you guys do great with this. I wish you well, and I hope that you are having a very safe and happy break. We'll see you when we come back to school.